Freedom, freedom, just love freedom. Freedom, freedom, just love freedom.
Who are you to stop freedom? Are you God? You can stop freedom. Who are you to stop freedom?
We never been tired, but we looking retired. Tomorrow is promised if you choose what's right. Freedom is good and freedom, freedom, freedom is coming. I can hear you. Fully mama and papa.
Is our guest speaker. So Nana Kwame Bediako, also known as Cheddar, is an inspiring and a visionary philanthropist. He has traveled across many parts in the world, and his journey to success started at a young age. Nana Kwame Bediako's passion for real estate and entrepreneurship led him to establish the Qualins Group, a company that focuses on luxury estate development in Africa. He is also known for his innovative and grand projects, including the #1 Oxford Street building in Accra. That is so inspiring, yeah? Nana Kwame Bediako is known for his philanthropic endeavors. Some of his notable initiatives include supporting education through scholarship and building schools in unprivileged areas. He has also been involved in healthcare projects, providing medical supplies and resources to communities in need. Additionally, Nana Kwame Bediako has contributed to social welfare programs, empowering youth and promoting sustainable development. His commitment to the country is very commendable. Nana Kwame Bediako is not only a successful businessman, but also a philanthropist actively involved in charitable initiatives. His dedication and vision have made him a prominent figure in the business world. He is one of the youngest presidential candidates in Ghana, and I think that is what Ghana needs now. And that is to show us how visionary he is. He is the only man who made the whole nation stand still. So let's give it up to so let's stand up and give
Thank you. Please be seated. Please. First of all, I would like to thank the opinion makers, some of the kings and the chiefs of this particular region are here, and I want to acknowledge them. I want to thank them for coming. I would like to thank Dasibre Boateng III for also receiving me in the palace this morning with his chiefs. And let me use this opportunity to also thank the Metropolitan, the people of Koforidua, Covetown. You're very welcoming. Thank you. And I usually don't do this, but I want to say thank you to my wife for just standing by me. Thank you very much. You've been a great woman. And of course, all the new force team and my good friend Nana Kwame, who is like my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Koforidua, are you in the house? Are you here? I still don't feel the energy. You know, I want to say something, right? The power of Ghana's modern youth is immeasurable. It cannot be compared. It cannot be sized. It must be God's power that has woken up in the youth of this country. And everywhere I've been, in all of these regions, I can feel it. I feel the energy. I feel the new people. This young man here, I recognize him. SRC, come give me a shake. It's good to see you again. David, it's good to see you. I'm seeing some familiar faces here, some young people, and I want to say this, that I am here to serve the younger generation of this country. But I'm also here to learn from the older generation of this country. You know, they say the greatest people in this world learn from the greatest people's greatest mistakes. And therefore, I think there is so much we can learn about our history of governance, of politics, and our historic leaders. Now, before and the purpose why I'm here, I would like to tell you that there are two sides of me. There is Nana Kwame Bediako, and then there is Freedom Jacob Caesar. I want the crowd to choose one. Which of the character do you want to hear from today? Cheddar? Well, I would like to tell you what cheddar means. Cheddar means money. And I want to know, which one do you want more? Sika? Upesika? That is one. All right. The second part is, I want to know, do you want us to have this conversation in English or in Twi? Twi. Twi. Mupesa meka Twi. All right, Rebecca Tree. Let me first start. Say, Koforidua in 1875 was established by the colonials of Ashanti. And Haya Ashanti Maimunso. The history of the Ashantis. Nayane oha. Baby organa biano. Yay, and now be who you the most. And Koforidua. Missy Koforidua. On mindful for sorry. Because say you can say you deep your culture. You can say you deep. Pamcho. Mr. Mo ya show some person make a tree. And I'm in fra. Okay. All right. Last year, I took one of the biggest decisions in my life. And decisions is probably one of the most powerful things that we need to learn about as human beings. Now, a bit more hard, omuntimi and take a decision. Omufri say, easy. Say, oh sorry, and I know I take a decision. Me pese me yesikani, me pese me worry, me pese me yo hine. Say, hey, easy sadia, koye. Na decision I me take here, no me pese me omo hu se, eye akukuduro, ebi ne peja me, ema me jina me naso, and I me say, I am ready. I am ready. Ready to build a new nation. Ready to build a country. Ready to bring hope to the hopeless. Ready to create wealth for the poor. Ready to review a constitution that has undermined our knowledge and our privilege for many decades. I stood up and I said, I am ready. And so the new force was birthed. Now the new force, meaning say, anye biano, yenyina politics na yenim, but yenim leadership. Now difference between the two, no, me say ne, me church the one sana yako into the listening tour. Say yaka a politician, ni yaka a leader. A politician has a program. He lives by the program. When himself be regions, say ni say no be no be. But a true leader, they just have a purpose, or they have a vision. So they don't live by program. When you look at a politician, he wants to be elected to become a president. But when you look at a real leader, he wants to build a nation. He wants to uplift humanity. He wants to invest in his country and his people. Misha, a politician will come with a promise. But a leader does not need to promise you. Because he already knows that he has a purpose, that you will benefit from that purpose. And I am that leader. I have a purpose. I have a vision to build a nation so we can all start all over again and build ourselves again. This country has been waiting for a leader. But all this time, this country has been governed by a politician. So I realized that our presidents in the past, they have come from lawyers, they have come from doctors, and many professions that you need a lot of degrees to acquire before you become a lawyer or a doctor. But what our leader hasn't come from yet is a businessman who is a wealth builder, someone that knows how to create money, someone that knows how to correct money. Obia onim sikakura. Obia onim emansi. Obia onim sikache. Obia ehumabro wonimu. Obia oti asie se wantimi am build won kra emabru omu wo kroma untimi si ukro da. I am here today I am here. And I want to tell you something. That I am not scared to lose. And I have no fear to fail. But then when you fail, you learn. I am ready to learn. And you know the only time you learn? The best time to learn is when you're wrong. And I realize that we as a country will be wrong to sit down and watch leaders leading us astray, leading us to paths, leading us into valleys that we cannot come out of. I live in a country that in the past 2 weeks that I have been going through this listening tour, I have realized that 70% of this country are jobless, and I've only covered 11 regions. This cannot happen. This cannot happen. We don't have a future as a country if 70% in 11 regions are jobless. And then the 10% are women who have invested in their children so they can come and take care of them, only to find out that after their investment, there were no jobs for these children. So the investment has also gone into the drainage. It's gone. Because now the 25-year-old young man who has a lot of potential to change this country, to become successful, to become an entrepreneur, is now living with his mother, and the mother is feeding the child now. Not only that, but the husband of this mother, about time, also will lose in a juma. And to say, no, Obano, and I all share a member. Come on, let's give it up for the women of this country. They have held us down. They have held us down. And that is the reason why I believe that when God puts us in power, we should uplift our women. We should put them in the best positions with us. Some of them should become the vice presidents. Because I go to the market and I can see the women selling all the food that we eat. I can see them in the farm. I can see them doing so much. But we have nothing for them. And it's the same thing. And it's the same thing to do with our youth. This 70% of people looking for jobs are maybe from 16 years old to 40 years old. They don't have jobs. Well, I want to tell you this. The new force came here to introduce industrialization within all the regions. That will become the next biggest industrial revolution that will change this nation. It's a new foundation. I have found a way. I have found a method to get you the job you're looking for. I have found you the ways to make you become successful. I have found you the ways to look after your mothers, your fathers, and your family. This is what I'm here to do. Now, Anunti and Ametu and Namongi. Before say, Metu and Namongi, please sit down. Let's listen, and we're going to have the chances to ask questions. Let's interact. I know that Jama and everything is a nice thing, but in life, sometimes you have to remember that the same letters that is spelling listen, when you turn it backwards, is the same letters that say silent. You need to listen to the voice in your head. Don't follow the noise. Okay? The noise is not going to pay you. Follow the voice. Skip the noise. Obey the voice. The voice is powerful. The voice is telling you to do it, but your heart is telling you you can't do it because you're scared. But I came here to leave you with one thing that is stronger than fear, and that is hope. So I need you to pay attention and listen carefully, and I want you to interact with me. I want you to ask me questions. I want you to challenge me. I want you to ask me, how am I going to do what I said I'm going to do to change your life? Yes, changing your life changes my life too. It's a win-win situation for all of us. whatever I can do to add value to you, I will become globally successful for doing that. I will be acknowledged. I will have a legacy that will live even after my life. That is my investment. My investment is not just the houses I've built, the hotels, the landmarks, the cars, and the clothes. They're worth nothing to me. What is really valuable to me is the value I can add to society. It's what I can change nature to be. And it's what I can add to this world before I leave. For me, that is my responsibility. It's a social responsibility, and I want you to be with me to do that because I cannot do it on my own. And therefore, your energy, your concentration, your determination, your belief, when we bring it all together, do you know the force that is in this room? Do you feel how many minds are coming together and spirits when we're moving with the universe behind us? The world will hear of us. Imagine Ghana will be the next country that the whole Africa would have to follow. Just imagine, just picture that. Why I ask myself that Ghana is the first country to have gained their independence in the South Sahara of Africa. Why is it that we're becoming the last country that is losing their economy, that is losing their gold, that is losing their cocoa, that is losing the people? We've lost our timber. Now we're losing our youth. They're running away. I think Ghana is on the way to fail. But this would not happen because this very moment, Ghana is having 74.9% of 0 to 45 years youth, the strongest army in the West Africa right now. We are 75%. We are below 45. We have energy. We are the strongest resource right now. When you go to Nigeria, you go to Ivory Coast, and you count and you lead and you check all our resources together. That makes the cheddar. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of value. It's too much for all of us. So I had to use 30 minutes to warm you up. But why am I here? I'm here for the listening tour. The new force. It's a movement. It's a movement that is here to stay. It's a movement that is here to change lives. Babs, how are you? It's a movement that is going to change the mindset of Africans, the mentality of Africans. Because this movement stands for a mentality. And I'm here because I want to replace the mentality that we have neglected and chosen nationality. Please, your mentality is important than your nationality. Please, somebody help me say this. Your mentality is more important than your nationality. I want to repeat it again because I don't think you've understood how deep what I'm saying is. That your mentality is more powerful, is stronger than your nationality. The country has chosen our nationality over everything. Everybody is either I'm from Ashanti or Koforidua or I'm a Voltarian. And so if you're looking for a job, you have to be a Voltarian or you have to pay money before. Come on. We're choosing where we are from instead of using our mentality to help each other and to build each other. Who got us into this mess? Is it our colonial masters? Was it our fathers? Now look at us. You can choose someone from Ashanti, someone from Kowu, someone from Ewe. Go and choose someone from Nigeria. Go and choose someone from England. And they're all black. Even choose someone from America. Put them in a plane and send them to China. And ask 1,000 Chinese men, who are these people? he's not going to know you're from Koforidua. He's not going to know you're Ashanti. He's just going to say they're black and they're Africans. He would not even know the difference between a Ghanaian and a Nigerian. Which means the mentality of standing for a black color of an African is more important than the choice of money that you want to make for your pocket. Because the value you can give to humanity would become the wealth that can never be measured. And if we start to put values in our people, we are going to grow rapidly. I am here to do that. God has blessed me with a lot of riches. He has blessed me with grace. He has given me wealth. He has given me cars that my wife will tell you, I haven't seen some of them for 8 months. It's your dream car. I forget that I have it. I forget that I have it. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I am saying that with all of these things, there is no much use for it. You will probably have the best use for it, but you don't know how to get it. And when I get it, that's when I realized that the way I used to get the car is the same way I live my life every day. I work from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock every day. So I don't even have time to drive it. I am becoming a slave to my own wealth. But I'm not here to be a slave to money. I am here to serve humanity, human beings. I think that's something God will respect me even when I die. That's my value. So after going to Tamale, I went to Boliga. After Boliga, I went to Goso. I went to Seshuwiaso. I went to Techiman. I went to Sunyane. I went to Ashanti region. I went to Western region. I went to Central region. I went to Volta region. Now I'm in Koforidua, the Eastern region. And I'm here to start with you. The listening tour. You see, what makes me very different from the other leaders is that they only went to the regions to come and make themselves present and create awareness for your vote. No, I came to find out about the culture, about the people, and to listen to the people. And therefore, we're going to start the listening tour, and we're going to take 5 questions from people, and I'm going to answer it. We're going to interact.
The independent parliamentary candidate for Nuja himself, Koforidua. There 1 year near me by said me MP Koforidua. And almost all the houses in Nuja and South. Your problem can see a high Koforidua, a dorsal, but me look at and I'm a person that can was it. Nanyamia was dome now be deep presidents or Ghana ha. Now what be independent president? Now must be independent MP. But to me, I can't so one here, yeah, me try Kenya. You did try and say, and you Koforidua about 80% youth in your money. Koforidua, our own nation. Koforidua, our KTU. Koforidua, our nursing training. Any other private institutions are what? Omu you school. Some will go back to their hometowns, you know. Omu you school. Some will go back to their hometowns, you know. Omu say Koforidua will go school into Omaniaka Waha. Now, among population, no air possible. Koforidua have about 94,000 voters and Waha. In Eastern region, Nuja and South, and voters war. As for you many have. Maybe I say maybe independent. And if a 2 American bombing check airplane, Jumano, bro, I'm just 41 years old. That's how a human panel, that's the same age. It's slow. The minister independent candidates know we are going to take over Ghana. Maybe this is our never could be our war. Now, dear Mr. One said, so bet me a year France and your papa, Mr. Yamaya, ye pay 2 months off for ya. Never, I ever say, one say, I didn't pay one, not pay one. I never told me. I enemy who will come out to Chabon, but what is the Buddha? And no be a problem because here we are also near you. I had decentralization, you have a crowd. And you money now pay so our crowd. Now Superforia is next to a crowd. Say me a built road and body contractor. Send me certificate to who. Now me person me really want. Office Superforia, I guess I'm a play up a crowd. Your best row. Say Yamia wa come. Now the president. And now we don't make you can you no bet me up I'm offices now what can be about phobia. About one youth na area numano and your BIA. It says passport office die. You are man for how phobia. Or when you more horrible, ABA. Yeah, just one eye a cat one with the cat one say. Miss Row. Phobia, ya point and yet. The road that I put your field. Oba na nti ha ya na every day say oni na poli fifi ko na mi ko le ko so ko na ko agabo na ko ko account say ma ko poli fifi but say na mi wa to na the president e ma wo ni AC ko poli fifi na interior for no omo be that's it wait there mama me answer the question first because the question no I me answer enye one nti ebia yen sha say from Ejuma side. The new force has embarked on a journey to introduce industrialization, a foundation that will build this nation. Now, I would like to explain that further. Say, what is industrialization going to do for this country? Our first policy is to create 16 regional industrialization. Now, this revolutionary industrialization, I bet you Kromanyano at the Kupotintia, me decided Sanonese. Me who say 15 regions in this country is non-active. Tisania Okayana, Accra Penaya Juma. Niakanyina and Yajuma. Obekono, Nabronibia Bay factory, Yasha, and Fifin Bako. No, the Nipa Bay is a tenor or more Nima Jumanang, no, funny Paibia 100. And okay, so Koforidia 90-something thousand voters, which means you have about 150 to 200,000 people. And na 199,000 on Makano. Abede no manya Juma. It's because we have not trained our people with industrialization. I repeat it again. This is the most important thing in our lives right now. Oko America. Na me pamuchowa see America. Industrialization. Munchesene see China. Industrialization. Munchesene see Dubai. Industrialization. England. Industrialization. Oba Africa. There be you. Almost omumpene. This is almost omumpene. Unima de frontier. Me babe church much kakra. Say ushe on say me answer questions ni two ni nyina. The 15 regions and the job. Now, we share to say your regions now. Utimu say the duopoly nankasa a boom my way no. Omo pese in here no a war region more because so 4 years bia o pese o disika kuto e bi brew o hienti no wa talk okromoti. Enti enu nti kura no e man no ye nyansi. Obi president obi dinti e man nankasa no ye nyansi. And so ukwa abrochire a Uko England, London, ayo capital town. And so through Manchester, ubehu Manchester United woho, ubehu Manchester City woho, ubehu factories woho, ubehu Noma woho, and no so koso, uko Liverpool, and no so koso, uko komu kroni nyina bebie ni wa. O maye ne tsenya Ghana aye regency. Enti problem no, no. Say obi catch say anything else is going to save you. Me say oboa. Okobobu sia 100 billion credit for abontin ba. Me say ND 2 years credit kano ebesa. Because ye che wa Ghana 33 million so obi enya $1,000, 100 billion. 33 million no. See ye cha. Me say obi enya $1,000 so the 100 billion craba and $1,000
no 1 month no asa enti nya bosia ene ye bebo ene ye sie man na emom no sa industrialization na de adwuma beba na eyi nkrofo free low income to middle income, so we can have a middle income country. That is when the problem will be solved. Ehono and who says factories 10 and now 15 and the work for you ha na amani per juma over 100,000. No be an abekacho say yo a quine na obo say no ankasa no yeah because no one yet scan faso obia no ano yedidi ho enti a quine nyina no ebeye but a quine asem okay. Let me add something to it, and then me want him feel near bisa. Na be a message for later. Say, ya de po be ba maimu. Ya de be back kumase. Ya de be back for you. Ya de be ba. Ya connect be a voter. Inti me just a question later. E bia obi bebam na ya komu deeper. Mr. Okoso.
That's your friend in the the person bisa politicians no ya tu mo ne de bia. Oba for say yeah. Kasami come on. That's onya akonya tinaso a. Ne ayen yu fana mrante ne mabawa akasa onyama wono. Onye. Make us say you are offer ne krofo bi a omudi omachi o ma instructions. But say dia no. I don't come in Ghana ya ho kire. Let us be enu. Hweye Ghana for 46 papers for near the adi. Ajuwa mu ye nyina no. Omo de boa Ghana man. Nanso eniama omo kofa fi amano ne ba Ghana ha no. Ebo a de to omo so no asoso sika na omo kofa eniama no. Ajuwachi me di Togo eya fanto ho. Togo port no omo ho no. Sika omo chi ya kakire. Asuta bia Togo fo e de omo to. Yesu ekuta port ba mi ensa awo Ghana ha. Uko ka besu what to call 1,000 Ghana cedis. Ubeko tamahabo yasi 3,000 Ghana cedis. Amwa Ghana, eti sawa bai. Na so so be kwa Ghana. Ye di ade ba kwa e pa Ghana no kure. Na na mo titia, ni do say ya me ka mo ti ase. Omo ni ye nyina ni e tichiro omo no. But munya ba na munya ba bi jina na fe bongala. Afi mo fo ba. Body gas e di mu tie ni kula no. Ye ti me memo.
Okay, thank you. I will take my time and answer. And so I would like to answer. Me person me answer. Papaya or baby or 3 questions. I will say politicians or manual debt. Now, omunya akonyani we are no manwa no. Osai ka sembi say sisi a ujina me nchen. Na se wo chine bi no menya akonya ne so tena. Me ba o musi jina nchen. Pamucho mon kanjire papa ne say mindi president kura no. Bodyguards di mechi. Police for di mechi. Edom di mechi. Enso men sani pamu. Men sani pamu na me pese wo hu se sa politicians na o ka mo ho asem no. I am not one. I am a leader. I am a risen leader. Na me pese papa yin so me pese me ka kire ne se politicians na wo hu omo no na omo wo mbibi di dada na na omo sisi omo ndan bi dada na na omatoto omo cars bi awie dada na America for any Europeans for hwehwe omo ana na enti ade a papa ikan metina se pa ba ade a mepese obi anso hu ni se woni nda ho because who difference no so who difference na obeti ase se akora bi anyame ahira na wonya ne sika wie no anka metimi akotena Miami ni bi adisika ni bi atwi boat ni bi no anka metimi akotena Dubai ade mesika akohwehwe ho se Ghana ni amoye nyina no mesremo we de mini time na me Jessica na sem no ato nchen me jai enjuma nsem no ato nchen na ma sorry se ade a yenye ne ye no me ba be kura no This is the leadership you should be looking for. That is the decision you need to take that you're not taking right. Until make sure here with our conversation, no, make sure say decision is important. Because how can we decide to choose a president or a minister who is coming to build house for us? A minister for works and housing. Na ebia asase kura wonto obi da na wakase obesi fiesi so. Ukofa president na wono ankasa no onye ni business bi da. Onim sika save na onim sika kura. Now the 100 billion, the 33 million people are sharing sa. Say no ane say ye shikosa. Ni obi ape bi o mefa favors na family ebia ne yiri ma menua nti wo diwei mi kunu papa ba onso jiwei me ofase enso ne girlfriend ni onso jiwei na ye chiche kosa na mo 33 million aka no mugu ho na mo twen eno na make us money nda ho. We should not choose politicians like that to lead us and then after we turn around to complain. Who is the government? The government is us. We are the one that make the government become a government. Without us deciding that the government should come to power, there will be no government. And today I am here to tell the youth of this modern Ghana that your power is not measured. You are entitled to put any leader in a position and you will be entitled to bring that leader down. That is your power. You should not exchange it for anything. Auntie, me papa na obi say me question no. I hope you're in there somewhere and I hope you can hear me that I am not a politician. I am a risen leader. And you will witness the history of this modern new Ghana, new generation, new leadership, new everything from the new force. We will use force to change everything with the forces of the universe. And we will not forgo our people or our country. Now, I'm not here to tell you any promises. I have an aim and I have a purpose. And as you've already witnessed, since I was 20 years old, and I said that I'm going to triple and quadruple and multiply my millions. My mind has been there and I've proved to you already. Go on the internet, Google me now, and ask the computer, who is this guy? You can choose not to give me the country, but you can trust and be rest assured that in 10 years, you might Google who owns Ghana. I would have bought it. Because I've given you the chance that let's own it together. If you refuse, you can do anything. I will go behind, I will work so hard, and I will come and buy it because me it will be in Chamisika mame. Me ntana Ghana ha na obi atwa free Switzerland dia breme. If I'm your leader, I will not a white man print your money for you before you eat. Adena mu fize come there. Koti ye twan obi ama na atwa sika bra ya ansa na yedidi. Na uko broni kroma u betime atwa ni sika akoma no. Ukura gold nya odi ano. Uni right abetwa sika ne dia akoma no. Enso ono anya right so the twa sika ama. Na ono ankasa so na o support sa politicians here. Omo de mo nam kwan we so yi. Ufi se menim so omo no mo gina omo chi. It's because of their interest that they have in your country. Recently, we've had about 120,000 kids, youth, travel this year. Omo kwa abrochire. Abrochire omo si omo hospitals ewie. Omo si omo banks ewie. Omo si omo universities ewie. Omo si omo parliament. Omo wo a good democratic system. Omo hia mo anfiri obi aho. Na afi nka nipa no nko omo for makwa yeden. Because when omo so mfaso. Wabefa omo. O kire wo say nipa no so wo mfaso. Because wo ne bibia enso nipa no hia omo. Enti se wo ye wo nipa wo Ghana ha. Ni ntimi nya hwe ma omo, ni ntimi fa omo nya hwe a. Obi ba be fa omo. And that is what is happening. That is what is happening. Thank you, please.
I go by the name Benjamin. I love it when you said the youth. Because from our childhood, we were taught knowledge. And knowledge no more chair. Even though we are not 18 years, some of us are not 18 years, but he has a zeal to work. Now, when you're online work, yeah. Now, it's on your PayPal account. The PayPal account is checking that Gambia has access to PayPal account. Hey, Ghana, let's say Gambia. Again, good. What can I see on that bank account? And he's not even 18 years. Why is it what happened? Cameras now, baby, cameras. Almost 90% of the boys here are still big snake, but we are cool. We know, like I said, that they're penetrating. We saw our parents were strong and they wanted to help them, but our age, it's like the constitution, it's like the government, it's like the world is putting a limit on our age because many zero, no many ideas are made, but what I'm saying is 18. And again, you're telling me to send me that PayPal, and I was shocked. Gambia, Gambia compared to Ghana, 30% land of Ghana.
And the people are just less than 10%. Gambia is 2 million people.
They have access to PayPal account. And we are here. And how are you going to do with it? How are you going to help us with our sporting bet is very important, and two, with our PayPal and bank account.
My name is Manuel and I'm the public relations officer for the Sales and Marketing Research Club. Please have some questions to ask.
So one question is fine. One question. And please make it a question, not an essay, please.
Oh, no, it's a question. Yeah. The question is, what is your ego drive of becoming the president of the country?
Thank you. Please. I would take my other question. Sorry for keeping you waiting. No, I'm here. Sorry. Difficult. Our country is very difficult. The mothers are like this. The fathers are like this. The people are like this. Can we get some silence in the room, please? I'm sure that that woman was very patient, and I was watching her. There were 4 young people in front of her, but no one looked behind to see that maybe our mother first. That everybody wanted to talk about their problems, but they forgot that there were 5 men or 5 boys and 1 woman. Let this be a lesson that as young people, and as much as you were screaming the youth, we should look at our mothers. They are struggling. They are suffering for us. It's so about time and babedi. Nti ya mama mu remfi. Aya mama mu remfi. Because na me hwe mo. Obi a nhwe na chi. Obi a hwe nanim. But your past is supposed to be your teacher. Your present is supposed to be your gift. But your future is supposed to be the gift and the teacher that has taught you about experience. That will lead you to your future. Ti no maybe oha ye hwe wo ye mame mu and ye papa mu a, it shapes our future. Ti misramo aya na mama mani akobochi. All right, let me go to this young man. The young man, I say PayPal, your account. Or say, I just what D18 and send when your account. Now, some young man, you can. There is centralization and decentralization. Aha, why? Centralization, no. The current government system, you say. To say central bank, central headquarters, parliament, bibia was central. Nti omo na omo control bibia. Ti say conditions no, it say odi 18 and san our account. It say we say account and so a central bank no and the licenses and san what anya account no. Decentralization a computer life, technology. And there could be a Facebook account. Who hears so mommy and now papa ebe catch you say yes and san we be. And once we be a Facebook account. Who could be an Instagram account? Who pe wa Gmail? Who be a TV ni TV? Ewo computer so. Now no your friends say YouTube or no personal television. And no, and I had the life of decentralization. Now see I make say the world and Penufo, they are fighting against the decentralization. Omumpese ebebaso. Because centralization life, is the only life they know. And they don't want to give in. But encourage so decentralization omutiase. So okachira akrabia se umbi account e computer so anase onko edan nunko bi account obechusu computer no. I don't blame them. Eno ne de wo omo. Eno nso na answer omo. Se opeso hu nyankopon sesi a onko asore enko bisa pastor ne say who is God? Obisi agogo no akobisa no. Computer no na ye ni nyame ono a na kire ne bibia enti se enkra omo wo wiase abedoso na se tibia omo wo mu ni na se ye leaders empese omo be accept say technology ene de be koye nim ene na omo ye ya bro enti my leadership I really consider technology as industrialization. I will give you an example. FIFA, say munyina munim FIFA. FIFA onye football association. FIFA is a media company. Yes. FIFA has industrial technology to broadcast one football match to 4 billion people. What is that? It's media. And that's what has made them powerful. His secret tool is what? Technology and industrialization. That is what I'm preaching to all of you about. Until we bet him sorry what China e Ghana ha. Now all the technology and industrialization. He's worth $21 billion. Because with the billboard back kusi kwa hwa nipa 1,000 no mbehu. Sa billboard na ankasa with the bad social media sisi ya nipa 1 million no mbehu. Until the old ways enye dwuma biem to say the new ways. Na mpanyifo no nso empese omo be ma enkura ne kwan na oma kyere ewiase ade ewo oma dwenem. Wo hwe America omo ye nyina no bebre hyase efiti omo nkura brem. Nia Facebook ye ne dia, nia Instagram ye ne dia. O hyase ne odi 20 something. Eno kodi 40. Ontimi nkan ni sika. Enti eye nkura na ye wo ha na ebia aban ene ye maame mu ne ye papa mu astop ye from ne ebeye say medium na me ye sofo ntie say onso ye sofo ana say me ye lawyer ntie say onso ye lawyer ana bibia na omode ye that kind of way yenso yentimin kasa because you knew bia or homayen. Today I want to tell you that you have a unifier, someone that stands between you and the elders of this country, someone that understands your problem better than the elders, someone that can compromise with the elders of this country and negotiate on your behalf, so your destiny will be prevailed. Thank you. Now, the next person question. Now, mebao. Now, I say, what is my ego drive to be a president? Now, as long as I'm more fine. Mpamcho 5 year nyomo ana ye we are na se betima e biaka ho a we will come to that. Now, what is my ego drive to be a president? Who said I just want to be a president? No, it's the stop. It's just one stop along the way. If you were to ask me, what is my destiny? What is my vision? Where do I want to be? I want to become an emperor of the continent. I want to be historically remembered. A legacy, a leadership that has never happened on this continent. I'm aligned with thinkers like David. Like King Solomon was my mentor when I was growing up. I love this man because he feeds 2,000 people every night. And he know that. Let's can more. But I still like him. He's my one of my greatest mentor. And I think, say, Africa at some point would need one voice. At some point, Africa would need one currency. At some point, Africa would need one leadership. Just like how the sheikhs of the Emirates have started a revolutionary development amongst themselves. It doesn't mean that there are no other leaders. They still have leaders. But there's one of them that started something that has sparked a revolution amongst all of them in the continent. And I think it all started with Sheikh Ahmadou. He learned from a guy called Lee Kuan Yew, the ex-president of Singapore. See Singapore biem. Omani ye kro. Ano suye free ni ho. Ano no suye Dubai. Oye nyina follow up no mu ye bi. Nti ene wo hwe Arabs fo a omo wo skapa. Wo ye Ronaldo, wo ye Messi, wo di agra, ombeto. Ni ametro no what ase. Omo tro bibio. Omo say omo ntoni pakeke o. Omo top stars. The most expensive stars, they command them. A dan BCC so omo si. Ship and in them because they've come together, they have created wealth among themselves, they have their own pipelines, they distribute their own power, they have energy city, and the whole world wants to go to their world. Let's clap for them because that's the kind of leadership that I'm going. That's what I want. But now himself for train we never see her. Udru hona si form ne pie. Anya bia mo behume say 6 years and I met me e dia fix it and so be industrial platforms be factories are. I don't mind. The next person can come. I'll be the first one that steps down for someone who is more vigorous, more resilient to continue. Because me jira han me hwe wani a ade a me hu wani mu no say you're ready. You want to do something. And when your time comes, we will give you the chair also to continue from there. Because akonyana yetisono yen transfer forever. Until you transfer kakra na otimi ye nia obetimi ayabo a obi wo honso aye ready. So my ego for being a president is just a transport to make sure that when I change my nation, when I add value to the society, then you will let me go after and clap for me so I can continue and become something bigger than just being a president. Thank you. Thank you. And before I go into these questions, I want to say something for the old woman that came here. And she really touched my heart. I think my wife was crying. And when I cry, my tears don't drop. It's my heart that bleeds. But I tell you why. Because I've gone past feeling any pain. You might see me as a young, successful man, but I've really been through the kind of pain that if God brought that upon you, maybe you'll probably jump from a cliff. Enti, adie sheshe, me buswa shido, and sheme emani penhu, but my heart bleeds for you. I feel your pain, and I know your problem. Enti, mame, I quite be as well, I'm a faso. Ama uba, eba, debi, eduakrona, entimi enfifi abapane no. Ama wahu se, wamba hakwa, na matise, wajina SIC animu for 14, 15 years. Aye juma dia show ma. Oma entimi ame show. This is one of the biggest problems in the country. It's not fair. Say, abayin ebeka say your educational system waha. Your mouth degree cry now across it to go. Obi who degree no value be. I gonna happiness say yeah juma. And so degree no nya jiwia. Yes yeah juma ni ho. Enti minim say yes scam say ye den yo. Because nkrofobia o ha ebunko school that they be made the madam for be example despite. And so she ono necessary mind bebre ye hwe no style or ye efie nyansa watimi de nya sika ono kra no ene president to ne say didi a omo pese otena ho enti school no hia but efie nyansa ne hia more ese say nyina yetimi ejina ye na so ene decision a make us ese see take it by the end of this year enya me hyebre ntia ye nyina ye hyebre ese say ese san ma no ne ese sa loss bi a ndimboayen maame no ente sa enya me maame o ha ipa osu ena osu maame fo bebre su ebi o ha omomfo musu njiro obeba no no wasu apepa na ni awie ni ase awie but no wasu pa because abrabo no edi atia no ena yemra ene endikanso fo bia omono ma bia o ma hyehye nti for their own interest ena affect obi a nti misremo ene mo bia kofia monka maame na mo bompaya mo bi ma no se nyankopon ma na nije nyankopon emma ne na koma so ade a ope no o ma ne nya na nije mbra ne mu amen ndamase pamcho mo ma efeji bisa press why na
thank you. There's a question I said within the job I'm going to be a lecturer at this university. Okay. I've lived in England and currently I live in Canada. Now, it's a question or reports. And say, who will see the lecture I'm not responding. Because I see another issue affecting the businessmen. Actually, now, the questions here too. One, what the grant has but with education, your plan for education, especially with the private university. Maybe I will program in a private university. And then I've realized that almost struggle. The local government invests in that because of more cloud and see whatever they get, whatever they want, they get. But about private investors now, that's a big struggle. Okay, we do technology, we share IT. Here's the case you are teaching students who don't have access to computers. That possibility that when you are given the chance, you will look into that thing. This university, for instance, has a big land. Is it also that possibility that you collaborate so that they can expand to employ more people in Koforidua? Koforidua is just close to Accra. If there's any investment coming here, I believe we will get the support from other, people are just that would do. That is the education. Now, I'm also into health because that's one of my areas. I realize as I go around to visit hospitals, there is a high need for infrastructure. And not only that, to train the staff. We are doing it. How's your plan for healthcare? And as is are you training they are, as you said, they are all moving away. They are all traveling. Because one, our salary shot. Are you also having that plan to boost the salary so that we can keep them? and even mention as well.
Thank you very much. Come to mommy answer the question because I mean, sir. Now, I'm sure I say with the first one, no port. Now, port tariffs, see, at the back, what? Enya ye fekra ewo maimuha eye importation. And into na ye see eye industrialization. Because you perceive a reverse situation, no. What share who are Obia kofa noma, no kofa free China, no kofa free Singapore, or kofa free crow for froso, no the aba. O the bands wa government no, or no hono nyawa o meow. No so or the shoot trim 50%, no a Jew sika. Or Jew sika we are. Now also what a ton product no times 5 and now times 10 now ton. We are out the Jew be a sika. Now I say Jessica no. We are come sika Sika no only Ghana or China and I say or Krofu Froso. In two no now obite ABR China or a manufacturer. Obinsu te ABR Korea or also or a manufacturer. Now you sika nyina where economy nyina no. Yes, sir, they are command Krofu. Your banner beton adiana near Sansisa near their common. At the Kura Ukotono, Abia aluminium panels. Or no befa or bauxite. And no turning into alumini. And no turning into aluminium. And sana okoto. This is the value of industrialization. It will stop all of this. Bibia yeka nyina ni port and na duty na. One kasa who produces a no mana okakofana. Taxes are same be ni hobie. And perform moment na better free ho. Enti wona wabedane sa Chinese nina no oji usika no. Wona afedie uji Nigeria for sika. Uji krokro for different raw material no ya wo dia. Ayo japade nyankopon na dia ma wo. Enti ye den na wo san akotwa ho koto free obi nsam. Enne Ghana cocoa. China for abeba cocoa no e de kose afedie omo no mu dua cocoa. Ena omo wo ye cocoa ni mpane enti se wo dua cocoa na na ewu a aba no emfifi biem untimi ndua biem. Enche bia obi a ye si ye number 1 as a number 2 cocoa producers. Enche bia na eni cocoa biem. Obi afa wo japade no na odi esi glass im. Na o clone na o ton clone cocoa na ma. Ade ya odia. Gold ni ya odia o. Obi abe hohoro o krom. Na wafa gold no. Na wo ton de age dollars. And dollars no what chebiama or cedis mu. And gold na ankasa no and no the value of the currency. And who or the gold no strengthen the dollar no. Now we how pan a chelsea me per dollar Jimmy gold. Hey one juju ana. Medium so this is why the port has these issues. Because say I sort out industrialization. Papa ya some be complaining about tariffs. We are den ebecho. Because you share industrialization as here we chrome ha. Cars in na ye electric cars no ma bebre be ye. Ubonso bi wo koforu dua kra ono aba be ye ono ane car. Ghana Nigeria fo nyina beto, South Africa fo nyina beto. Because say yenim da de fabricate, yenim engine build, yenim no ma bi aye. Say esuan san no adwuma, eye nsan no adwuma, eye industrial. Enye nsan no adwuma e di botri anase e di yitri. And Sano Juma, a skills that ultimately done cocoa to different things, to cocoa butter, to cocoa powder, to chocolate, to this, to that. We go to know what the buyer normal bebre, or titanium, or gas, what the buyer energy. Now what to mean electricity? Not doom so no. One ever so amount. Aye one kasana war gas, one you su. So this is the problem. Now may answer our second question about education. Now me answer kakra earlier on. Education or ye chroma I say. Me ba ade me nu na me pese me de ba be school. Ba ko ye thinking subject. Because me say ye thinking. Ghana ye ndwene ye pese ye bedwene. Say ye dwene na ye tie ya anase bibi. Enti ye dwene for ochena pe. Ye dwene ne ebedi ne na ochena. Ye ndwene hwe ye chimpo. And the me person me thinking subject eba be school nim. Say, and you Christopher Columbus, when it says a museum, Abroche for some. Now, you trust on after the Ghana mine and chassis say, a crackrano or chassis or drink. Because a drink a win here. Now go and drink crank on more. Until we have to think, we have to be thinkatives, not talkatives. Yakasa, chance any drinking. As I say, you're drinking more. Now you makasa and less noise, more thinking. Until no more better than Amana baby, no one over who send a yano near crano. That is one. Two, why should everybody educate themselves for 21 years so they can go and get a job? What happened to becoming a businessman? What happened to becoming an entrepreneur? What happened to become an industrialist? What is happening here? Why can't we be a government? Why did somebody left Koforidia to go to America to go and study political science, come back and became our minister without any global or local skills? Omo yeden. Geography ni subject 21 subject. After 21 years, mo kai ni emotion kra. So that is the kind of education. That is the kind of education. That is the kind of education we have to give for our children. We have to let them learn about our resources and our minerals. So they are educated about what we have inherited, what belongs to us, and let them turn it around. Okay? Now the health. When you don't industrialize your country and you want to build hospitals, what you're going to experience, I am going to demonstrate it for you. You're going to have 1,000 people who will come to the hospital in 1 hour, one go. 989 of them cannot pay. So the hospital, either so behuni pamobo, na hospital no, ebe gu. And I say, Obeka say a hospital a sika jumenti, meshawa mo unisika. Which one do you want? The two all is not good for us. The problem is that if you don't industrialize your country, so the average person can have a job, so they can have a middle income salary, how can they afford to cure themselves when they're sick? When you're giving somebody 2,000 cedis and it costs 1,500 to fill their petrol tank, but that person has one wife and 4 kids, he has to pay their school fees, he has to pay the water bill, he has to pay electricity bill. All these bills does not know a Ghanaian say we hiano and away osika and tijiwe nana the same for everybody. So what is this? We are torturing our people. And Yabeka say NCC hospitals, say you need industrial platforms. And we want to go for these things. It's going to be very difficult. In the white man's world, his development is integrated. When I say integration, say a low-income house in our factory in 2 kilometers, hospital, mat, the whole place is integrated. Into Obetimatra area for 20 years, Nejuma for 20 years, on Lucia Jumano, because in your shop, a factory so it's imikwa for 50 years, machine uswa, it's susa 24 hours for 50 years. On any energy. I just want Dumino. One Dumina a year Juma. Until say your crew say the regions. Yentimi see hospitals. Yentimi near roads. Yentimi educate people. The problem is that we are refusing to industrialize ourselves so we can create wealth and create jobs and make ourselves become a middle income country. That is any successful country in the world. That is how it's built. Thank you very much.
My name is James Kwesi Ofuri. I'm a student entrepreneur. I have a question. I personally seem to believe in the vision and then the strategic direction of the new force. And then from where I sit, I'm also looking at it this way. You make us understand that direction that you want us to go. Maybe individually or collectively, some of us here may have some sort of network that can support
the cause of the new force, that agenda that we want to achieve. Because if eventually it's not achieved, maybe when the, as you rightly said, you might go back there, come back, and then come and buy all of us, including the country. I do not want that to happen. So if personally, I'm speaking for myself, I am here to lead, and then I get to understand this, and I have a way I can support the movement. What is the way forward?
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Actually, a friend and I said the name, a businessman. And I told many we started to follow Ghana do it for a long time. Opportunity I may get the power. Because when we say we fight for the youth, but I'm person you say, who can use all the thinking with the back and each of now, over then I be youth now. You be a very creative, innovative. They inventing I share them. But the new office here or say I have an invented idea with Iniska, but money that's what said that idea will meet my electric car and I'm a car crash again. Basically, what do you want your party member and what do you know?
Great, so I can answer the question. Thank you very much. Please. I would answer the two questions. The first one was about what can you do to help? A lot. First of all, join the movement. And it costs you nothing. It's 0%. You just go online, your name, and you're there. You're part of us. Secondly, preach the message. Educate the people. You see, I'm not asking for your vote as others would. I'm asking for your moral support. I'm asking that if you believe in the vision, then how can you share it? Maybe the lady that came here might not have heard of New Force, but you will be the one that will help her to understand, to educate. So every moral support counts, okay? Thank you very much, and I'm sure my team is already in touch with you. There are people who are coming with ideas, things to help, everything. It's all appreciated. But we would, after this, we will start our donation. We want to raise money from Ghanaians. I want Ghanaians to be the ones that have helped for the campaign and to put us in power as New Force. Because I want you to be part of the investment. So your commitment would become the determination for you, not to lose, but to support till we win. And when I win, you win. Therefore, if you have invested in me, I will owe you. So that is the strategy. All of this is coming. The second person was asking about what do I have for the youth when I come with great ideas. Yes, apart from the industrialization that will create job for the youth, I also have a strategy which is a capital seed to support all startup ideas from the youth sector. I will put some sort of capital, that same capital that the government is using to pay judgment debt. If you break $2 million down, it's 28 million Ghana. It can start business for 10,000 kids in this country. That out of that business, in just 4 years, some of the businesses will become more than the 2 million that started them off. Why would you not do this for your people? So I have that agenda. I have even bigger plans, but plans need to be amen kasi say. Cause omunye huwa amumye menu nyina omumpene. Nti enye di duru ha na nyina ye ko America no. Yeah.
Let's talk about how worthy you are. So if you are worthy now, it means you can help the youth and the country as a whole. So why not help the country now?
Thank you. Let answer the question first. Or say, if I'm wealthy, then why not help Ghana rather than becoming a president? You see, the mentality of this country is very poor and is very bad. And I'm not saying that she has a poor mentality, but she has adapted a mentality that she thinks that once you're rich, you should share your money. Debio. Obien wa osika okoche. Nanko osikano. Sikano unya yenchao. Ye kra. Ukra sikano. Na obi ye bibi mawa. Na watria ni bi. No no so ye bibi ama. No watria ni bi. Sa acha no na se menye sikano na makase mikro ma hia mu nti mere sikano bremu na obi enya pepepepepe. Ene eminimu nyina 1 week time ebe hia ye nyina because you go this sikano. So that's the answer for you, my dear. Me pacho. Don't look at someone that will come and use their money to convince you. I think as a nation, we're getting used to that. Otembia no be the buying sikaba. No abed dada nakoye say, jiwe nakoye say. Wa wunim say at the cry this ke mawi. Ususu ni ese ye efato ho a emfa. Enso waje. Enti mumi enjai sa de no na yensua sika pe. Yensua sika kra. Na yetimi nyina be yeye amaman no ayeye medamase.
Question background. Ghana Amanyo, you call 4 years. So, unya akwenya no akono for second term. If you say the Busa say 4 years now, is it enough for Ghanaians? That is my question.
To have a change.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Nana, 4 years and also. But 4 years can make a change. At the current time, make us an say. So, okay, say we sit down back wa. A bit may take you 4 years. So, okay, say we sit down 100 at the same time. A bit may take you 3 years. Inti, how are we use umreno? Na mia mesusu when we say, and conform ubedi man 2 years. Ebumbe tu amena. So mu be si dan bi asiso emba ebi musu be say almost say ye emba because onye bida until onim how to measure the time with investment ade ameye investment and development, and I only don't invest on the land, I also invest in human beings, and I also develop human beings until I've seen human grown. And I've seen buildings grow. And I can see roads being expanded. And I can see waters connecting. And new communities coming up. So the vision can bring you speed. And what we need is God's speed. So 4 years, somebody would try to use 2 years to go and follow debts and problems and who took money for this country and this, and then they use the other 2 years to try and campaign again. So they don't develop the people and they don't develop the country. For me, with 4 years, if my vision, my mission is to develop the people and to develop the country, I will start with a master plan that is a city sitescape in regions. And I would do all of them simultaneously. Multitasking. So I have just used only 12 days to travel 11 regions. 12 days. And I've done so much research and I've reached already hundreds of thousands of people. If you add the social media and the media to it, it's millions of people. So you see, 12 days can do a lot. But it's how you see time, how you measure it, and how you push it. So definitely, I have 4 years, but I'm sure even the country will say, listen, my friend, give him 12 years. Give him the country. Because by 4 years, what you're going to see, even if I'm just a kingmaker and I negotiate with the government, in 4 years, I will still prove to the government that with all the government and the country together, I know how to make money than all of them. I will do it. And I will prove it to them that, you see, making money is hard thinking. It's not hard working. The people who are working hard the most, they're masons, they're farmers, all of these people, but they're not the ones who are selling the chocolates to the masses. So it's the one who are thinking hard that turned the cocoa into 6 different things, that thinker is the rich man. And I am one of those thinkers. Thank you. Thank you.
Madam, from the engagement we had with you this morning at the palace, from what we are experiencing now, it's me who said you have the wisdom, you have the understanding of the people of the country. She said, Yami, when this one said, officer, we had the now my problem has got to do with the system now. One, it's a youth, no, and Kamea said, Yamea Wadoma, who bet me up youth, no, or no more dear for Nayansia Kawachi.
Thank you.
Nemo Ghana had your elimination by rough taxes. We have mafias in this country. How secured is the movement? And many so say a registering out to a bar. Say a young file elimination by rough taxes because I say we were that is my number one. When to hear telecoms, when to hear you, yeah, man, permanent, like can never happen. It's not a whole your patriarch. 2, your security is very paramount to some of us. Ghana had your one. We need to be free. We have to be free. It's your culture, security. You for no is the Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
you. All nations and KTU, all the other student bodies. Me feel say you are missing the opportunity of asking very relevant and thought-provoking questions, because I think opportunity comes but once. So next time when a leader or a politician appear here, you should be resource enough to put questions. Because look, let me stand up. Look, it was time we removed the octogenarians, the septuagenarians, those old men from the scene. It was time they left the scene. Look, go to the net. Look at what is happening in the world. There is a wind of change blowing politically. All the old are leaving the scene. So we have to erase them before they erase us. Because the youth are being used as a pawn. They come to use pawn, the word P-A-W-N. I don't mean P-O-R-N. So please, let us project ourselves into the future. Let us meditate quietly, sober reflections. Let us look at the state, the nation. Let us look at the resources available to us. Let us look at the population, 32 million. But let us look at the massive resources. Some of the resources have not even been discovered yet. Are we going to allow the old politicians to sell our future? Please, let us think. Critical thinking. Please, let us erase both them out. Any old man who comes to the political scene must be voted out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think he's answered some of the questions, but the first one is very important. That they would use rough tactics. As you see, when the new force started, we don't have rough tactics, but we have smooth strategies. We started by introducing you to a mask. You started looking for us. You found us. Our first spokesperson was a foreigner. You started talking about it. Our first event was the convention of 4 great leaders from 4 different countries in Africa that not even the president of Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo, when you put them together, they cannot bring those 4 people here. We brought them. So I know that my investment is in the youth. And I want to say it here, that whatever tactics that is coming, you are my answer. You are my hope. Your voice is going to rise up. I am indoctrinating the force into the people of this nation. So come December or come November, if they try just to take the youth out like what our brother is saying, the youth will arise again. They have to ask the leaders that we have to be fair. And then there are also going to be legal support. That even if we have to take EC to court to make this whole country stand still until the right thing is done, we will do it. Because if we don't, they are taking us for a ride. And if they are stopping me, and you think I'm intelligent and smart, please, the next 6 that is coming is going to be the same thing. Which means we will never get out of this trouble. This year, we are getting out of this trouble. And so, and my security, I think that it's you people too. Listen, don't kill yours. You see, the most leaders from our society, black people, they were killed by black people. But somebody else behind the black person fixed it. He turned you to a Judas. Now, you see how many of us have killed our own. From Malcolm X to Martin Luther to Kwame Nkrumah to even Bob Marley said that how long would they stand and watch our people get killed whilst we stand and watch? How long should we stand and watch our prophets get killed whilst we stand and watch? We need to change that. Gaddafi was one of my favorite people. They took him out. His own people. I think that the time has come that we stop this. This is a new revolution. This is a new force. There are some bodies that is like spirits. God has sent us here for a purpose. You want to know about my life? How many people tried to kill me? How many people tried to take me off? And I'm even acting like I haven't seen the devil, but I can see him right in front of me. I can tell a killer by the look of their eyebrow. I am coming like David. That anybody that wants to be their Goliath, they are welcome. Because when God prepares you to go for war, he doesn't give you knives, he doesn't give you guns, but he gives you brains, he gives you grace, he gives you a lot of things. And even when you're not there, you become the case study for how humanity should be prevailed and should move on. So I believe that with your support, your belief, and your spirit behind me, I'm protected. You are my security. Thank you.
Okay, and I also work at Apostle Kai. I repair CRR. Okay. And my question is, what are you going to do for we, the workers at Apostle Kai? Because as a youth, after say what's new we can go and the shop for Apostle Kai. Shops for Apostle Kai are very expensive. No government shops are on. There is nothing like that.
What is your question?
So my question is, what are you going to do for people in Apostle Kai?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and then the other man asks culture. So make sure you add. No, it's added. Culture policy. You can sit down. Please wait. Let me answer the question. Please, Apostle Kai is a spare parts place. Listen, we're already talking about duties. The duties are very expensive. All of these things. You know, we keep importing cars. The cars are way too many. They're not even fitting on our roads anymore. I believe in industrialization, and I think that the future of the people of Apostle Kai is because they can fabricate the steels of the same spare parts that they are bringing from outside. Some people in Togo are doing this. Some people in Nigeria, as I speak, are fabricating spare parts. Yes or no? So we need to just go into industrialization and learn to fabricate some of these parts, learn to build our own cars, and this business will transform. This whole thing will transform because we're dependent on spare parts and we're dependent on fitters when we can become mechanics instead of fitters. Okay, we want to repair cars when we can become builders of cars. I want to elevate the country to that level. And then culture policy, I think is very, very important that our culture should be part of our businesses. Our culture should be part of our governance. Our culture should be part of everything that governs this country. It's very important because if you take the culture out, it's like a Greek culture. The Greek is one thing, the culture is another thing. Once you take the culture out, you only have a Greek. You're only going to farm for cocoa seeds and you will not know how to culturize the seed. So culture is very important. We need to make sure we segment that into everything that we're doing. This is just the mindset of being an industrialist. That's all I'm preaching. Please.
The two of you? We did Nana outside, be a businessman. Assemble a coupe, I'm a person at Bibisa. A Juma, 18 hours. Say, over you for 18 hours. Now, near every Friday, say, Yamaya. I'm going to you now, over how we're near, Congo, so baby, who free no, who free papa, Nakopon, you must say, Kuforia, what's the name, Grandpa, a Juma, who use one of your money, a Juma, thank you.
Actually, family are both to be a heaven, sir. Now, Opia car is, I tell you, say school, but hairdressers at the pound for yes, you queer woman about to her. Girls live a bray and was streets are all person mystery, don't get it from strong coming to him back. Make one of the very one on person of Tom or crown. It's in me, besides saying to say, yes, you're talking about the mama, and young real fear, and I am Kagara.
Okay, all right. So I'll just answer the first two. The answer is very simple. It's the same industrial problem. Because Omupe Juma, Omuwe Juma. Omunya Juma. Obi Okra, as you saw, top way for China, as I was in your massive. Now, wait, you know, I did only a review from her. I went to my produce here. Say, I industrialize here, a Juma de Ember. And any problem, you can see a Okra, say you need industrial sensor, a Juma Ember. And one of the person I think that we're repeating some of the questions. It's the same thing, please.
Sir, please, my name is Dr. I've been following your talks, and I think when you went to Kumasi, you made mention of getting the seed from Accra to Kumasi, which has set the country much ablaze. But most of that thing is a fallacy, which I think will become a reality. Because from Accra to Kumasi, there are a lot of important or advantage rivers that links to Kumasi. And even the Atlantic Ocean, there is a thread that passes through Techiman, which can get the seeds. So I would like you to give a detailed explanation of how you are going to dress the seed from Accra to Kumasi. And also, please, through agriculture and tourism, which Ghana we are blessed. What are your plans to make sure Ghana will go forward?
Thank you very much. All right, so yes.
Nana, thank you. My name is Eric. I overheard you, but what my brother said concerning the sea issue.
No problem, the same thing.
No, not the same thing, but I'm on the point. Okay. Yeah, Nana, as I was saying, when you make mention of a lot of things, so we the youth of Koforidua, as I said earlier, unemployment is our problem. And we are suffering.
All right, thank you.
So I saw your video about you got this kind of Asian taxes. So I've done my personal research and saw that a lot of Ghanaians do buy into those car making and all those stuff. So I want to know if you are going to invest in these our local cars and all those.
Yes. Good. Thank you. All right. So let me start from the young guy's question about, dredging and the sea and what I'm going to do about that. And I think the second thing that you said was, what was I going to do about agriculture and tourism? All right. So all the three things that he mentioned falls directly into one decision that I've made, and is dredging. Now, when you look at the water bodies that he's talking about, all of these water bodies has been lying down for a good 100 years. There is no leader ever that has come to power that has ever thought of connecting the water. The waters are supposed to be married. That's why they're there. Nobody has opened it up to give us a water transportation. I decided, my decided say, my mama nyakwan e won suo so. Na me connecting so na, when I open it, I just take the debris out and I look at the map around the country. Maybe in so de biano. Me connect here. Me be a cronim. Me be a cronim. Enti wo techimana. Ubetimi afen so sa akodru Ivory Coast border. Sahaba ho a all the 500 containers kwa ensuo pe na betimi Bediako. Ensuo de eye secret Nyankopon e de ma ye wo krom ha a ye nyusu ye. Enti wo behwe kra no ye borders nyina Ghana border, Togo border, Benin border, Ivory Coast border. Ni nyina border ni nia na ensuo nie. Na adana kosi broni no ensuo na odidi agro. Because ho unoma obetwe nyina ho na ode befa. Enti ensuo no secret bi wo ho a ye nyusu ye. That's 1. 2. Se mi biesa ensuo kwan ya. Ebi be abefa koforidi akire ha ba bi. A wahu mountains, a wahu greens. When no maybe wo ho a umfa ho krada. Eho nyina ba be new cities. New development. And to your answer about tourism, I'm answering it because that will be a new tourism. Obi to boat to so no obehu mountain, no obehu waterfall, no obehu farm. And hekra obetime hu emwa omo bushes. Tourism. And to say, I've made it easier for you to move around your country. From Volta Lake, it's connecting you to Kumasi. It's connecting you to Tamale. River Pra, River Tano is connecting you to Cape Coast Sea, and that is connecting you to Kumasi. And then one road BM and say samu nyina mu twika wo so. Na articulator nam so, na Tico nam so, na Uber nam so, na petrol tank nam so. One road Abba. Enti mi bia madwene awo baby a ade ebesesa no mama mo and obi say agriculture. Science na make no. And no one besa ye irrigation. Irrigation is the technological way to industrialize our agriculture. Now we are agriculture. Now we are a normal over 1,000 hectares. Now udin suo udunsa and the diso kogusu anasa wo yeden. This irrigation system will come from the water. This irrigation system will come from the same water. Enti e man na besesa no ana se e man na ebebie mu no. Eno ani. Se me ka se me ba be ye roads amama. By the time I menya 10 roads, 5 on each side. Any beauty mempo. Enti me starting industrialization and I'm preparing for your logistics. It's called logistics. Eho and a normal befa. Na ko baby. Ebekwa ko ra Nigeria, ebekwa ko ra Togo, ebekwa ko ra Ivory Coast. Ye nya sense no contractor. Na yetimi industrialize your product. We have become the strongest country on the continent. We will become the #1 supplier, the #1 industrialist, the #1 in everything. This is what I came to do. And you will remember me. Because even 50 years from now, When anybody ventures to connect any water, you are going to remember Nana Kwame Bediako, the one that said you bring Mame water in the sea and bring that Mame water out of the sea and connect it to Kumasi. You remember me, because great knowledge and great ideas stays with us for centuries. And that's what I have. I have a great vision. That's why they're debating the topic. Because Omo Krano, actually, imagine to say, now the way Krada na yandre actually, not doing so. I feel you see any. And so, Omo Dubai, yebi. Omo England, Omo yebi. Omo Pakistan, Egypt, Obia yebi. Omo de yebi omo krom. And a ferry ninam so canals. And so, just a tourism. Okokra man for chaplain, omo for playing cock. Eko shensuo. Ni ensuo ye. Water sports. Ni nyina dredging. Enti Ghana mesremo. Baby ayedru no yesusa. Ye wo mre wo yanim. Mama ma ye mpanyifo ndadan ye. Enkwa ni bi nso adwuna ye nkotunkete. Say ye ntimi nye. But I don't blame them. Because they are not used to development. They are not used to development. I am used to development. Both social development and human development. I am used to it. Yes. So that's, as for today, I think the last person asked the question. But his question, the one before him is the same thing, industrialization. Ghana made cars. Again, it's a vehicle, so we can classify it as a car. It's a tricycle. Again, how do you make a car? The metal, all those things that is going to go in the car, the fabrication and everything, is industrial. That is just your answer. Nyamu pese mu ye wo habia say video camera, say drums when na opesa the electric be share chire and na no boom 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 boom. Bibia will come from the industrialization. That is the way. That is my policy. I want to use this moment to thank you very much for this very, very listening tour. It's been very interactive. The people of Koforidia, the leaders, the teachers, the women. I will never forget that mother that came here. She's touched my heart today. She's one of the people that is going in my books. And she's going to make me work 10 times harder and think 1,000 times more of how I can resolve this solution. But you have me and I have you. And I want to rest assure you that this is my 16th regional tour. And right after this, I'm going to prepare myself to do a 275 constitutional constituencies and districts. I will visit everywhere in Ghana. I want to know what the people are going through. I want to understand their pain. And I want to find a solution to ease their pain. I am here for you. I go by the name Nana Kwame Bediako, also known as Freedom Jacob Caesar. And I'm your servant. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to see you again.
I would like to honor you